Hi everyone, welcome to another video, and if you are new here, hello, my name is Carmel, and on this channel we talk about all things makeup and beauty, and usually you will see me doing some reviews, testing out new products, maybe giving some tips and advice, but today's video is going to be a little bit different. I wasn't even supposed to film today, but I have some things that I want to talk to you about. I need to get some things off my chest. So if hearing me having a little rant is something that you think you might be interested in, please do keep on watching. Today's video is not really going to be about the makeup, but I will endeavour to tell you everything that I'm throwing on my face. But if I forget, they will be linked down below with the shade names also. As I said in the intro, I wasn't actually supposed to film today, so just bear with me. I wanted to jump on and film because I've been feeling a little bit frustrated, and I know that you'll be able to relate because it's things that I've seen online recently, particularly over on Instagram, that are troubling me, and this is probably going to be very disjointed, so I'm probably going to go off on a few tangents. I'm probably not going to make a lot of sense, but please forgive me and try and stick with it. I've done my brows already and I've linked to the products down below, and I'm just going really basic on the eyes today because I just need to be able to talk rather than concentrating on the makeup. So I'm just going in with my Natasha Denona Glam Face palette. So where to start? I used to be an avid user of Instagram, and apologies if you've already heard this from me before in one of my other videos because I have touched upon this. I used to be a really avid user of Instagram. I used to love it, and then I became really frustrated with, I guess, people just not being truthful about the filters they were using, and I was comparing myself to them. I just found Instagram to be a little bit of a toxic place, to be honest, and then spent a lot more time on YouTube and found that to be a much more genuine place. I would see creators of my age showing their beautiful, maturing faces, and I felt normal watching that, and that's kind of what inspired me to set up this channel. So I ditched Instagram in around 2020 it was, so it was during the pandemic. When I mean ditched it, I don't actively use it. So I guess I'm one of those annoying people that go on and I see things but I don't interact at all. All I see is funny videos and makeup content because I go on there to keep up with makeup releases, makeup news, and I also get shown the celebrities that I follow, people that I grew up admiring, whether it be for a talent or whether it be because I looked up to them as a style icon. And one of the people that I follow on Instagram is Pamela Anderson, and you probably know where I'm going with this if you follow her yourself. What do we know about Pamela Anderson? She was such a babe, wasn't she, in the 90s? She's the reason I have no eyebrows. She'd had surgery, she'd had enhancements, and she was always very honest about that, but I think she did take a lot of stick for that. She did actually get treated horribly. If you've ever seen the documentary, it was a real eye-opener into the things that she went through. So she's gone from being this blonde bombshell, always made up, looking perfect, always looking immaculate, never been seen without makeup, to now she has gone makeup free and she's attending all these events with no makeup on, and it's so refreshing. And if I go onto Instagram, I do tend to make a point of never looking in the comment section because that's what annoys me. That's what triggers me. But for some reason, I decided I was going to take a look at the comment section on her photos and her videos. And this is where things took a really horrible turn. And these are the comments that have triggered this video. And I'm just going to read you some of them. I'm not going to put the pictures on the screen of where these comments come from. You can find them yourself if you go onto Pamela's Instagram, because I don't want to be done for copyright or anything like that. But I just want to read you some of the comments that she got. One of the first ones that I saw. Gravity was not good to you. Girl, you need makeup. Sucks to get old, huh? This one really, really bothered me. It's a long one, but it says, well, She lived her life in full-blown makeup for decades. Heavy smoky eyes and teased hair with extensions, and then one day your glory days were over. It's just a pathetic attempt just to get back in the spotlight for a few more days. I bet you're back to wearing makeup once no one cares about this attention-seeking new you. And pretty much these are all from women, all from women, apart from one that said, put some damn makeup on. Just wow. All right, now before we get into the discussion about this, I just want to share with you the rabbit hole that I went down. Because I went down a rabbit hole, a very deep one. I kind of spent an afternoon looking at the profiles of women who are my age or a little bit older, maybe in their 50s and 60s. I went to one of my favorite women that I just adore and always did, and that is Jennifer Aniston. She is a prime example of a woman who, like Pamela Anderson, was seen as probably one of the most gorgeous women in the world, who's now, I mean, how old is Jennifer Aniston now? She's in her 50s, isn't she? I thought, well, I'm just going to go and have a look on her profile, and I think it's one of her latest ones. She's chatting to the camera, and the first comment that I saw, that had 301 likes, by the way, plastic surgeon did a pretty bad job. Going kind of crazy with the Botox, are you? Why does anyone think she's beautiful? I don't get it. Courtney Cox is a natural beauty. Even Lisa Kudrow is naturally gorgeous, but Jennifer has a hard mouth and her features are not soft. It just always baffles me, the unjustified adoration for her. One just said, she's a mess. Ugh, unrecognisable. What the hell did you do to yourself? So then I went to see what people were saying on Courtney Cox's page, because Courtney Cox has been someone, obviously, again, who was absolutely stunningly gorgeous. She did go through a phase, didn't she? Probably in her maybe late 30s, 40s, where she admitted to having some tweakments, some enhancements, and she felt like she went overboard a little bit. Is it any wonder? First comment there. She's not aged well, has she? What did you do to your face? Your cheeks are so fake. Please stop. Call 911 and seek punishment to the plastic surgeon. He totally ruined your facial expressions. You don't look like you. This makeup is going to be terrible today because I'm so annoyed. I'm just going to go in with this across the lid just because it's very, very subtle. I got it because I didn't think it would be subtle. This is the Urban Decay Moon Dust in the shade Space Cowboy. I don't know, I'm just really underwhelmed with it. You can see it there. So then I decided to go to Madonna's page. Madonna, icon, facelift, can't hide the old lady arms and hands, but them gloves are sure trying. Madonna, please stop using filters and stop the plastic surgery. Grow old gracefully. And then I went onto Victoria Beckham's page, and this first comment that I saw, she definitely needs a nose job and to reduce the gap between the nose and the lip and change her lip injector. What's happened to her face? Does she really think we don't see the surgery done on her eyes, cheeks, lips? Pfft. Gwyneth Paltrow. She's in her 50s. Looks like she's in her 60s. Sharon Osbourne. What happened to Sharon's face? Yikes. Sharon looks really old. I also went to Jessica Simpson's page because she is definitely around my age. Used to be attractive. The natural look was so much better. Someone just wrote, terrifying. I'm just going to pop some mascara on. This is the Benefit Fan Fest. I'm going to do my mascara off camera because you know I cannot talk and do my mascara at the same time. So just give me a minute. So those comments that I've read are literally just the tip of the iceberg, and looking at all of these comments, I think it reflects a very troubling double standard that we have in society now, where a woman who wants to embrace aging or be a little bit more natural is criticised for looking old, and then women who want to maybe try and slow down or prevent that aging process a little bit, they are also criticised for not being natural and growing old gracefully. So where do we draw the line? And I know that people watching this are going to be thinking, and will probably comment, if they put themselves out there, then they need to be open to that kind of stuff, those kind of comments. I'm just going in with this Tower 28 Swipe Serum Concealer, and I do understand what people are saying when they say that. If you're going to put yourself out there, if you're going to make a living from your appearance, then you have to be open to people saying negative things about you. It's just like me being on this platform. If I'm going to be on here, I have to open myself up to negativity as well as positivity. With the smooth comes the rough, right? There's just something a little bit deeper about these comments. First of all, it's very troubling that it's from women. And I do wonder, I guess going back to why I came off Instagram, or why I stopped actively using it, is because I felt like people were fake on there. Felt like I was comparing myself to an impossible beauty standard. And I can see why people would be annoyed with these celebrities, or certain celebrities, for pushing an unrealistic beauty standard and posting pictures or posting videos, and it's not real. There are a lot of celebrities out there who've had surgery or enhancements and they haven't been real about it. And then you've got people like me, a 42-year-old looking at another 40-odd-year-old online and thinking, okay, why do they look so amazing? I look like a hag and they look like perfection. Because there's a lot of people out there that are portraying themselves to be all natural when actually they have had enhancements and they have been using filters. So I do get that frustration. However, we have to ask ourselves why are they having plastic surgery? Why are they making these changes? Well, it's because they are so heavily scrutinized, and I know that that's what they've bought into. They knew what they were getting into, but I do feel like we are living in a different world that we used to. So social media has changed everything. So you can connect with anybody that you want to and tell them anything that you want to, whether it's positive or negative. I don't think we know the implications of this because it is also new. I'm just going in now with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. It's the Dewy Foundation. I really, really love this. We've got celebrities out there, and yes, they do need to be prepared for what the whole package entails of being somebody in the public eye. But it's like a vicious cycle. So we're telling women, especially of a certain age, that, oh God, look at your face. Why do you look like you're 60 when you're 40? God, you haven't aged well. There was a comment there on Pamela Anderson's profile. What the hell happened to you? What the hell happened to you? We're commenting stuff like that. Then these women are going and getting enhancements. Even in Victoria Beckham's case there, she was told she needs plastic surgery. So these women, some women are going out and they're getting plastic surgery, and then we're telling them that they look even more horrific. Oh my gosh, what's happened to your face? Your surgeon needs to be in jail. As a woman who is rapidly aging, I am definitely a woman who has always been into beauty, makeup, kind of self-maintenance, I guess. My face is, it's changing already every day. I wake up with a little bit more sagging hair, a few more wrinkles here, and it bothers me. Of course, it really bothers me. And I know that with my changing face, there's going to come challenges. And I know some people will be like, gosh, that is so vain. No, it's not. It really isn't. It's okay to feel sad that you are going to change. Women are picked apart as soon as they start to show signs of aging. And for someone who is concerned about my changing looks and things like that, seeing stuff online where women are getting torn apart because they're older and because their faces have changed, or because they've decided not to wear makeup, or because they've decided to grow old gracefully, or because they've decided to have plastic surgery. Seeing all those comments, that mix of comments, is very confusing and quite traumatic for someone like me. And I'm sure this stands for some men too, because I've seen it happen to men online, Zac Efron being one of them. Because I truly believe that as a woman, I think you're damned if you do, but you're damned if you don't. So where is our place as a maturing woman in this society? Go all natural and stop wearing makeup and never get any enhancements? Is that the right thing to do? Or do we have surgery, take the plunge, and then risk even more criticism? I don't know. I'm sure that there are going to be people in the comments who will say, well, the secret to this is not caring. Scroll on, don't look at them, don't feed the trolls. But it's not just a troll thing, is it? It really is a society thing. I think women sometimes feel like they don't know whether they're coming or going. I think one of the reasons that I set up the YouTube channel in my 40s was that I know that there are parts of my face that people will be able to relate to. So whether it be the sagging jowls or the age spots or the thread veins or the thinning under eyes, I knew that there would be people that would be able to relate to that, and that by seeing a video with me in might make them feel better, because you're not just seeing perfection. Why is there this level of acceptance when it comes to social media? I just don't get it, because none of these people who write these comments, who are mostly women by the way, which is really shocking, none of these women would go out and say that to one of these celebrities' faces. I can guarantee that. So why do we think it's all right to do it online? But that is a different story altogether. That's for a different video. Just going in with some Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. This video probably isn't making a whole lot of sense now because I'm kind of going off on a tangent. There's a lot of issues embedded into this video, and I think that's why it's a bit erratic. There's a lot of emotions caught up in seeing stuff like that online, and it triggers a lot of fears and insecurities. I wanted to talk about it because I know that you guys probably have seen similar things and probably feeling in a similar way. Obviously, we're not going to be able to change anything that's said online, but maybe we can just learn how to deal with those things and seeing those things, because although they're not directed at us, although they're not saying directly to us, oh, you look old, you need a nose job, it still triggers us because we are of a similar age. And we know that these women that they are directing these comments to used to be the epitome of beauty, didn't they? Pamela Anderson, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, they're all seen as some of the most beautiful women in the world. And now, because they have aged, no matter which path they've chosen, whether it be growing old gracefully, God, I hate that, but whether it's growing old gracefully or whether it's turning to surgery, they can't win. They can't win. And I just find it so sad. Just as a side note, that foundation is so gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I'm actually considering doing a half luxury, half drugstore, because that foundation, this Wet n Wild, really reminds me of the Armani Luminous Silk, which I hate. But I really like this, so I think it'd be good to have a little comparison and see which one wears the best. Would you be interested in that? Let me know. Talking of Armani, we're going to go in with the Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. Stunning, absolutely gorgeous. I got this in the shade, I don't know, it doesn't say it on it. I will have it listed down below. Oh, this is flawless, by the way. This is an absolutely flawless blush. So there was a comment on one of Pamela Anderson's videos underneath all the negativity, and it said, so you criticize women that wear too much makeup, use Botox and fillers, and then you turn around and criticize women that don't. And doesn't that just sum up everything quite rightly? I think it's terrible that we feel like we need to bring people down because of their choices in relation to how they look. Again, I do understand people's frustration at unrealistic attainment when it comes to seeing celebrities. I get that. But I just don't think that it warrants the abuse that they get. But why in society do we think it's okay? Because I can go onto David Beckham's profile. No one's saying that he is disgusting. No one's saying that he's aging terribly. They're all telling him he's like a fine wine. I mean, there was a comment actually under Pamela's profile saying that men age like a fine wine and women age like milk or something like that. Something like that. Oh gosh. I think we just need, as women, because it is mainly women that watch my videos, I think we need to come up with a strategy for, first of all, dealing with stuff like that, and that's by not looking at it. And as I said, I don't go onto Instagram to look at things like that. Protect yourself from that. So, come off social media and don't look at comments. But in relation to how the aging process affects you, I'm sure that a lot of you out there feel guilty for feeling bad about aging, because let me make one thing quite clear. I am so happy to be aging, to be here, to be in my 40s, to still be around is such a massive privilege. I 100% appreciate it. But I am okay with saying that even though I want to be here and I want to get old, I want to be 45, I want to be 50, I want to be 60, I want to be 70, I want to live. Even though I want to carry on living, it doesn't mean I have to like some of the things that come with that, because there's lots of negative things that come along with ages, whether it be changing faces or, more prone to aches and pains and mobility and all the rest. Like, these things come with aging. And I don't think we should be apologetic for feeling bad about our changing faces, because it's a huge big thing for people. And I think that women are criticised for worrying about those things and doing something about it, or not worrying about those things and not doing anything about it. Literally, women cannot win. You see how it's letting me build up the blush? Like, quite nicely, and it just blends so well with any brush that I've used. This is a Rare Beauty brush, actually. I've put a bit too much on there, but I don't care. I love blush, and I'm going to wear as much of it as I want to. Again, I understand why people get frustrated with celebrities that are not open about their enhancements and things like that. But I do understand why they're not open and honest, because they will just be criticised for it. So whether a celebrity comes out and they are open and honest, or whether they come out and they try to deny, they can't win, really. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. I don't care if you've had surgery. It's nobody's business unless it directly affects a person. It's nothing to do with anybody else. And I think people should be able to age however they want without fear of criticism. So I think as long as you're not doing anything to deceive someone or hurt someone, then just do what you want to do. Grow old however you want to grow old. If you want to have surgery, go for it. Fillers, go for it. Any enhancements, you don't need to explain yourself to anybody. I like this mascara. It's good. Oh, the makeup doesn't look great today, does it? But I can't multitask that well, can I? So there's a lot of food for thought there. A lot of issues, from toxic social media to toxic societal attitudes. There's a lot there to digest, and there's no fix, really. But I think talking about it does help. I didn't come on here to put the world to rights or to provide any answers. Wanted to chat about it because it is something that does affect a lot of us. I think we really need to rethink what we mean by growing old gracefully. What the heck does that even mean? So are you saying that if I go and get enhancements that I'm less of a woman? Well, obviously that's not even okay, because look at Pamela Anderson. She literally cannot win. Just a Rare Beauty lip liner. And Thanks It's MAC lipstick. I think in summary, some of my final thoughts are that basically, number one, as women, our looks do not define us. We're so much more than that. But equally, it's okay that when our faces change, that we are concerned about that we're a little bit worried about that. And if you are worried and you want to change things, then that's absolutely fine. And if you don't want to change things, that's perfect too. And we shouldn't be judging people one way or the other. Let people just make their own way. And for the love of all that is holy in the world, please let's just be kind to one another. Above all, be kind to ourselves. So I would absolutely love to hear what your thoughts are down in the comments. How do you feel about the whole aging process? Do you think it's something that you have struggled with, or you think you might struggle with? And I guess the final thing I want to say is that I felt comfortable coming on here and talking to you about it because I do know that you will probably be able to relate to me. I'm sure that some of you will share my frustrations too. And I just hope that this is a safe space for all of us to chat about this kind of stuff and, you know, to have a little rant and to share how we feel and not be judged for that. Thank you so much if you have got to this point of the video without being lost, because I felt a bit lost during points in the video, but I do hope that my general message has come across, and I really appreciate you for watching if you have got this far. Again, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I really appreciate you being here. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next one. But until then, take care and bye for now.